And I have clicked the go live button. There is no intro.
Live to me, bro. There's no intro.
Says
Who the
live.
fuck's in charge of that part, dude? Who's your music?
Terrible.
Shouldn't you at least have like a little little loop, some shit to go, just kind of bring it in, so it's not so abrupt.
Abrupt. Abrupt is the word. We are abrupt, aren't we?
I feel like it's
I'd say we are.
I feel like it's abrupt. I got a 3-day weekend this weekend. I might actually find the time to make us just a little something, dude. Little something Marooskies. You see me looking over here at my audio gear. Like, does any of this crap still work, bro? But yeah, episode 420?
4.
Episode 69? Yeah. Episode 4.
Link to the show is in the private chat along the right bar on the side. Click private chat at the very bottom. There it is.
Because the last thing I need to do is give Joe the StreamYards link, because he'll just come in here and get us banned. So no, Joe can watch from YouTube.
He can't get in unless I add him to the stage. He can pop into the back room and type into the private chat.
Gosh bless.
But I was banning from that too.
Just ban him from that too, dude.
Like I banned him from the Discord.
Yeah.
That story.
That was the move.
Unbelievable. Dude. You know, comedy is, I'd say 20% content, 80% timing.
Always, dude.
You know what I mean? Like if your content
like is that, yeah, dude. If you time it, it's just the icing on the cake.
It's like redlining the comedy button whenever it's timed right.
Yeah, it's just magnifique.
By the way, I love the background.
Yeah, I mellowed mine out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You know, I like the speed. The speed doesn't make me want to jump off a cliff.
And now we don't have to put photo seizure warnings before the stream goes live and stuff, you know? So
yeah, I got like I got like soundproof tiles showing up.
A little more chillax. I see it. I like it, dude. A little behind the scenes.
There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna order my ring lights, but I opted to buy an optic for my kid's gun instead. My fault, pimp.
Oh
yeah, production value is important, but guns are importanter.
Guns preserve liberty.
Correct. And lighting.
And well-trained youngins that know how to use guns are even the better preserver of liberty.
Correctamundo, dude. So yeah, they like the
as our country was settled by young men.
Sorry. I bought him what is it? It's like a Ruger bolt action, just a 22. I bought them for him a while ago when we were shooting it. They were having fun. So I was like, no, I'm gonna pimp this thing out a little bit. So I bought a little scope, little 3-9, just hunting scope for it. I had to buy a rail to put on it, but it should be a lot more fun for them to shoot. And maybe, you know, I might take a little couple pot shots myself, dude. 22s are fun.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, welcome back to Dadstorm.
Good times. Welcome in. Welcome in.
It is episode 4. 4.
Episode of the reboot. There's archives.
Of the reboot, yeah.
Right. This is like Dadstorm 2.0. There's archives. The archives. But don't watch the archives because you're just gonna look and be like, damn, dude, Chris got hella fat, dude.
Good morning, Joe.
What's up, Joe? Hi, puppy. So what'd you get into?
Oh, man.
Week, man? How's everything?
Well, the catch up. Let's start with the catch up.
Let's do catch up.
So this week went by lightning fast, dude.
Mine did too, bro.
I can't believe how fast it went. Well, partially I woke up, went to bed Monday night and didn't sleep well, and tossed and turned all night. Woke up Tuesday morning and was just like, I hadn't slept yet. So I'm like, I'm not going into work today. So I took the day off. So that screws up how long the week feels by itself.
Oh yeah.
But it just so happens that, you know, conveniently there was a a content patch for Legion Remix on Tuesday. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll play some of that, And it was an 8-hour maintenance. So the game didn't come back up until 3 p.m.
Right.
So I literally just sat here and watched YouTube. And then it was election day. So I went, and as we spoke earlier in the week, I went. So dumb, dude. I should have went during the day. While the maintenance was going on. Walked in, walked out, no problem. Everybody's at work. I waited until the evening, till after dinner.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Went to the high school.
L move, dude.
Dude, I was an L factory, dude. I was printing L's. The line wrapped around the building down past the pool for the school.
Gross.
3 hours in that line, and hour 2.5, people started cheering. I'm like, what?
Uh-oh.
And it's like 8:40. The polls had closed like 40 minutes, and people were starting to cheer. And some of the people were high-fiving because Gavin Newsom was addressing everybody, saying that he was glad that, and he was proud that the measure passed and this and that. And I still hadn't voted yet.
Sick.
But you know what? I stayed in line.
Anyway. That's right. My favorite thing to do when I voted in California is I would take my ID out and straight up Wayne's World backstage pass that shit at the polls, dude. Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you want to see this? Do you need this?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Once I finally got to the foyer of the front office where the voting area was at, there was a table of five people checking everyone in, because you had to like fill out a registration paper because it's a special election. It wasn't like they weren't accepting ballots. I mean, they had a drop box, but like you could drop a ballot that you had in. But I like to vote in person. I don't like mail-in ballots. I opt out every cycle on the website. I go to ca.gov, go to my own personal page, and I go, do not send me a ballot. And they send me one anyway, every single time. It drives me crazy. Dude, it's so corrupt. So I sit down and everybody's on edge. Everybody's tired. They ran out of English registration papers. There was in Spanish. So I had to look at I had to parse what each thing was in Espanol. And then so when I sat down, everybody's kind of, nobody's snippy. Everybody's just tired. And so the lady who's checking me in, she's like this, she's probably like 80-year-old black lady. And, I don't remember what her name. I think her name was Janet or whatever. She looked like her name should be Eunice. She had real thick glasses with a chain,
and they're like hung down on her nose. Like
absolutely, absolutely. Adorable. And so she's all, "How would you like to vote today?" And I was like, "What are my options?" It's like, do I whisper in your ear? Like what? She goes, "Oh no, you can't. You can't do that. You can't whisper in my ear." Like everybody started laughing, like uproariously laughing. So it turned that really dry, irritating moment into like a moment of comedy.
Because of Janet, dude. I like big ups to Janet. Shout out to Janet. You're a ledge.
Yeah. So I set it up. She knocked it down. A little bit of comedy, and then it took me literally. She looked at my name, looked at the voter roll, matched my signature, and she said, she'll take you to the machine 3. And like, I get up, I walk over, the lady plugs in her key and like hits the thing, and I hit no, and then it prints out a thing. I drop it in a box and I leave. After 3.5 hours or 3-ish hours, it was 2 minutes. Then I'm gone.
That's the fun.
And I go home.
Like in the presidential this year, we sat for 2.5 hours, line wrapped around the building, and you go in and like, all right, quick. And where I live, I'm just like, okay, Trump, yes. Speaking of L's, I'm looking for the L next to the name because we get a ton of libertarians on the ballots out here for everything.
Yeah,
so I'm just freaking down
nice.
ballot on them, dude. Get R here, L. And if there wasn't one, I just didn't vote for them. But yeah, it's funny. I think it was the 2016 election. My cousin, he went to vote with a Trump shirt on, and they kicked him out. So that's that you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then in 24, up in the city part, the blue part of our state, one of my buddies at work did the same thing and got kicked out for the same thing. I was like, damn, dude, you should come voted where I voted, dude, because where I voted, it was like, it looked like, is there a table outside with like free merch? Like, holy shit. Everyone was decked out and nobody cared.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're not allowed to like electioneer. I think it's
get it, but it's just merch.
50 yards from a line. Yeah. I mean, I don't ever want to influence anyone or make anyone feel like,
chill the fuck out. It's a shirt. No one's gonna walk into a ballot box and see someone wearing a Trump hat and go, my God, he's fucking right, and then go switch what they were gonna vote for. No one does that, dude. Just chill. This is the age of merchandise, dude. People just wear stuff. If I was in a line with voters and someone was wearing a Harris Walls t-shirt, I'm not gonna be like, hey, get this guy out of here. I'm just gonna go and let it. It's not a big deal.
Also, there was a guy who was like a couple people behind me had his phone out and he was listening without headphones to the Gavin Newsom address.
That's so
annoying. And I got to listen to this demon speak for 10 minutes, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, that's not right, dude. You shouldn't be playing that right now while everybody's the polls are closed.
That is closer to electioneering than wearing a shirt, dude.
100%. Like people are going to decide to get out of line, right? Like, how many people are gonna? What if it was fake? What if it was an AI video of him saying, "Glad it passed," and a lot of people got out of line and just didn't bother to vote because of it? It's just, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but what ended up happening,
electioneering than wearing a freaking Trump shirt where he's got two bald eagles and he's riding a great white shark.
Right, with a raptor with a laser cannon on a great white shark. Yeah,
that explains.
No, but a lot of the people who were cheering got out of line and left, and so at that point, I was surrounded by a bunch of angry Republicans, dude, left and right of me. And we started looking at each other and we're like, oh, I'm amongst people that agree with me right now, because they were all sneering, like angry that the dude was doing that. And so like one guy said something and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a Republican for sure. And then we just started yapping, dude, together and like this irritated gaggle of right wingers, dude. It was really funny. So yeah. So that was my week.
I didn't vote in my city elections. And we didn't. We only had city elections this week. And where I live, the county I'm in, which Mormon would you prefer? So I don't bother. It's just which ward's got the most people. It's literally like student body president. So last year was the big one. I voted in that because they're voting on whether or not to split our local school district in half because it was so big that it was, and I voted yes, and it did pass. But this year there was nothing big on the ballot. And as far as city council, this city's a fucking mess, and it's just a popularity contest for, So I did not partake this week. Plus, I had my heart broken.
Well,
I was depressed. If you want to pull up my tab here, my world was absolutely rocked.
GTA. Okay, you kick it off here.
Yeah, they delayed it again, which I knew they would. Every Rockstar game's delayed at least 2 years from when they say it's going to come out. Supposed to come out in May. Now it's getting pushed to November. Cool, it'll be more polished, but holy shit, please stop. I just want to play the damn game. So, yeah, so the gaming world was rocked by that, and I don't know how rocked it really was, but I was pretty upset because I really want to play it. I'm a huge Rockstar story type game type of fan. And
yeah.
November, dude. You gonna play?
I mean,
You didn't play GT. You played a little GTA Online, but you didn't play like the GTA, like the story campaign, right? I remember we did a little hijinks in GTA Online, but you never like played it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, having Brandon get upset and yell at Doom and Doom get upset and then Bender crashing into stuff repeatedly. It just wasn't, I don't know.
To go from the environment of like a guild raid to trying to do heists with a bunch of stoners is like a pretty 9-day dynamic. No one's getting Tarkov, Joe. If anything, it's Arc Raiders, bro. If we're doing
yeah, I'm a part of Arc Raiders.
Yeah, Arc Raiders, we could do. Tarkov, niet, as the Eastern Europeans that make that scam fest would
That's
say.
Right.
Niet.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that week, same old stuff. It was just like you said, it went by fast. Towards the end of the week, I was like, holy crap, it's almost the weekend. And I'm like, did the time change do this? Why is it like this? I don't know. But dude, I'm glad because I've got a 3-dayer this week. So it's the weekend needed to come.
Nice.
So that's fire.
God bless.
Good Lord. Gosh bless.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the Big J Okerson clips that I've sent you?
I've seen none of the ones in Discord, but I've seen a ton of them because he comes in my TikTok algorithm quite a bit. So I see a lot of his stuff pop through, but just little clips, no like, full sets or anything. But he's
the thing is though,
big, dude. I like that people like him and Shane Gillis, like the woke comedy, soft middle of the road corporate shit's kind of going out the window, and we're getting some based people that are starting to blow up. That makes me happy.
Yeah, like I think Jay Okerson was a writer for Amy Schumer, like, or something like that, or like Kurt Metzger was as well, or he was a writer for someone, but like he wasn't like a sycophant, obviously. Yeah. but like when you watch the clips are funny, but like his show, and there was a roast that a bunch of comedians roasted him, and they're like, imagine having an entire career and never having to write a joke, because he doesn't write jokes. He literally does crowd work the entire show. So when you see one of those TikTok clips, it's a small snippet of a narrative that he's been crafting the whole show between people in the audience, and then he gets people to interact with one another and builds this whole story about the crowd. And dude, like,
that's genius.
The entirety. It is I like that kind of comedy only because it's less contrived, because it's actual improvisational, like wit.
Right.
And
it's what
doing crowd work.
It's what I thought stand-up comedy was when I was young, like a kid. For a good portion of my life, this is how stupid I really am, didn't know they wrote material and took it on the road and were doing the same set every night. I thought they just walked out and just started going. Right. And it turns out that's not really how it works for a lot of them. So for a dude to be doing what I thought comedy stand-up was when I was like freaking 15 years old, that's super talent right there, to be able to just pull that kind of crap off the cuff and weave it into something like cohesive like that. So I shared
his Colorado special with you. It was a 2-part special. It was they, them, and them, they.
Nice. Well, we need more of that.
Really good.
Nate Bargatze. You seen this dude? Is that his name? Nate Bargatze.
You don't like Nate?
I don't. It is so safe, just middle of the road.
It is very safe.
Super, you know what I mean? And I want that like, oh my God, I want stuff like that. Remember Patrice O'Neill? R.I.P. dude. Yes.
Any comedian would say, a comedian's comedian.
Dude, that's the stuff I like from stand-up. I'm not a huge fan of the super safe. Like, I feel like Nate Bargatze, if I watched him live, I could predict some of the jokes, or he'll start a joke and I already know the punchline. It's very safe, very corporate, but good for him because he is huge and he's super accessible. Your kids could watch his, but yeah, Sheena was watching a Netflix thing, and I was like, and she liked it. It's cool. It's just not for me. I don't think he's bad, but I would prefer more like based kind of offensive stuff. I think Shane Gillis hits it perfect. He's not super duper holy shit, I can't believe that, but he's not like safe. Like he'll throw some stuff in there that'll piss some people off. I like Shane a lot.
I like when he talks about his dad. He goes, I got a Fox News dad. Anyway, I see you. You guys all have Fox News dads.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. He's like, don't have a Fox News mom. That's bad.
No.
She smokes in the house.
Yeah. No, Shane Gillis is great, dude. One of the ones where he's like, I forget the train. I'm gonna butcher it, but he's like, yeah, when you're young, you're all liberal. He's like, you grow up, you get. You think your dad wanted to be a freaking Republican? No, he had to because the world's going shit. He's like, nobody wants to do this. When you're young, you're all liberal and hip. You don't care. And then you get old and shit starts to matter. He's like, your dad didn't want to be a Republican. He had to because he had a family.
Right.
Yeah, Shane's the man. So,
my first topic, the retirement of Nancy Pelosi.
Yes. The beginning of her career in outsider trading.
We're going to see how well she predicts the market going forward.
Yeah, the guy that made that shadow that trade app that just shadows her stuff, he's probably like, damn it, dude.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, I watched a really...
She was evil. It was time. Get the fuck.
See, I watched this really interesting video about the California mafia families. 4 families that run California. The Pelosi's, the Gettys, the Browns, and what's the 4th one? The Newsoms. Those 4 families have a cartel in California that keep and control power. Jerry Brown, 2-time governor.
Moonbeam.
Gavin Newsom, his dad was the lawyer for the Getty family.
No, he told me he grew up poor and he was hustling and
eating white bread and macaroni and cheese. Absolutely. Yeah. So due to that, they maintain iron-fisted control over California, those 4 families. And it's been that way for about 60 years. Since Reagan folded and allowed all the illegal immigrants in, that really reshaped California. Because California was a very red state before that.
Red. Once that happened, that's it. It's going to take a lot for it to ever be red again, if it does. So one of the Reagan L's, like boomer Republicans like to talk like Reagan could walk on water. Nope.
Well, part of it is he was lied to, and he ate the lie up, because he was a Democrat. He was the chairman of the Screen Actors Guild, and then he went into politics and became governor of California. And, we all know the rest of the story, but he was told that they were going to stop illegal immigration if he just naturalized a bunch of people, if he gave them all amnesty, and he did, and they lied to him, and they didn't seal the border off. So there we go. Now California is a blue state because of, demographic voting, which in the Supreme Court is up for debate whether or not you can have race-based districts, which I didn't know was a thing until I was this year's old.
Damn.
You're allowed to district race-based districts. Yes.
That's
for minorities so that they can have a voice in the Congress. Jasmine Crockett is in the Congress because of a racially gerrymandered district.
Wow. Well, let's put a stop
to that. So it's full court press right now.
So that's going to be heard during this session.
That's going on right now. So right now we've got a multi-pronged strategy in the Supreme Court. We've got birthright citizenship up for debate. We've
Bunch
got
of good gun
racial
supposed to be heard too. This session.
Yeah. A new argument to be heard.
Yeah.
Racially gerrymandered districts. And they're talking about the tariffs right now too, and they might reverse Trump's authority on tariffs. Because really, constitutionally, Congress is supposed to set tariff policy, not the executive. But because of there was an act that was passed like back in the 50s or something that Congress gave the authority to the executive to set tariff policy. So they have never been able to claw it back. And so somehow it matriculated its way to the Supreme Court, and Amy Coney Barrett is sounding like she's Amy Coney backstab again, and might vote with the liberals with John Roberts to reverse Trump's tariff policy, which would really suck.
Didn't we get the big China trade deal that we wanted? So if it does reverse, is it even going to matter? Because I think, well, I don't know. I guess it matters in the midterms. If it goes back to Congress and the Republicans do good in the midterms, go through that channel, I guess. I don't know. The midterms to me right now seem up in the air. I mean, we have this government
it's so weird.
And
it didn't seem that way.
A lot of people seem to have woken up to no, the shutdown is on the Dems, dude. That's actually my next topic we're going to talk about. But the perception of the shutdown is usually, it's the Republicans, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of people, even people that are on the other side, are like, why are the Dems just open the freaking government, dude? And they're trying. So if you want to pull up my tab, I got your boy up here. Amy's Unky. So I'll let it ride. Just a quick little clip.
After so many failed votes, it's clear we need to try something different. What the Senate is doing isn't working for either party and isn't working for the American people.
It's working fine for
Democrats have said we must address the health care crisis. But Republicans have repeatedly said they won't negotiate to lower the health care costs until the government reopens. So let's find a path to honor both positions. Democrats would like to see an end to this shutdown, and we want to respect Leader Thune's desire not to negotiate on ACA until after the government reopens. Therefore, we'd like to offer a simple proposal that would reopen the government and extend the ACA premium tax credits simultaneously, and then have the opportunity to start negotiating longer-term solutions to health care costs. Let's do all three. I've spoken with my caucus, and Democrats are offering a very simple compromise. Democrats are ready to clear the way to quickly pass a government funding bill that includes health care affordability. Leader Thune just needs to add a clean one-year extension of the ACA tax credits to the CR so that we can immediately address rising health care costs. That's not a negotiation.
I see what they're doing.
It's an extension of current law, something we do really all the time around here, as we all know.
So there's more, but that's the gist. So they're saying, okay, we'll vote to reopen if you extend everything for a year, so that
I see what they're doing.
We can try and win the midterms, and then next time it comes around, we're in charge, and we just let them roll out completely deeply again.
So I see what they're doing. They're trying to extend it into making it a midterm issue. And by extending the current funding for a year, what is in place right now, the CR that's in place is COVID level funding.
Correct.
And there was
not even
extra money.
It's not a big cut. The CR sucks. It's not good.
Well, I mean, it should be illegal. They shouldn't be allowed to do a CR. Yeah. I still stick by Warren Buffett's idea of, if you are sitting member of Congress in the Senate or the House and you do not pass a budget, you become instantly constitutional amendment. If you do not pass a budget, anyone that's serving actively becomes ineligible for re-election if you don't pass a budget, not a CR, not a continuing resolution, a budget,
not a Band-Aid.
So
an actual budget. because that is
well,
their
so what they're trying to lie
literal
about,
job.
what they're trying to lie about right now is the fact that they're saying that there is no funding for illegal aliens for their health care. And the Republicans are saying, yes, there is.
Yep.
The money isn't, there's no line of text in the bill that says funding for illegal aliens. That is not true. It isn't doing that. But what it is doing is it appropriating funds to states that do fund illegal alien healthcare. Right. So it is kind of like the distributive property of in algebra, right? It's like this plus this equals that.
Yeah, it's semantics. No, see, it doesn't say that. Yeah, but we're not
Right.
idiots. We know where the money's going to go and where from there it's going to go. It's going to go to states that will use it for illegal.
Right. Immigrants. And they wanted to bump it up. They wanted it higher. So not only did they say, no, we're not making it higher. We're not going to continue this CR because this CR was COVID level funding for the ACA, and we need to bring it back to pre-COVID levels. Well, everybody's going to lose their health care. No. First of all, the ACA should be abolished. Should be removed. Thank you, John McCain, for screwing us all in the ass on your way out. You know, because he was the deciding vote. He was the deciding vote in the Senate to get rid of the ACA and vote in Trump's plan, which I read the plan. It sounded like it would be better. There was no mandate. There were different things in it, but it allowed you could negotiate across state lines. You could buy international plans, all kinds of stuff.
That's it. That's all they got to do. You want to fix all of it? Allow across state line. If I live in another state, OPSEC, bro. If I could have Kaiser here, I would have Kaiser Permanente for the rest of my life. But they don't operate here because they can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's funny you say that. Like, back when the ACA first, well, I call it ACA, when Obamacare first got created, and we had to pass the bill before we find out what's in it, according to Pelosi, I had a 100% covered PPO, completely covered by my company. There was no out-of-pocket costs for me, and I had people saying, well, this is the Lexus of healthcare plans. What the ACA did when it became law is it made the plan that my company had illegal.
Yep.
So they had to get rid of it. So before I was paying I think $600 something a month out of my check for my family plan for,
Wish, dude.
Well, when the company got bought and we got that new healthcare plan, I got a $600 raise because that money was no longer coming out of my check. It's just literally, it was going to me now. And then we had that for a year and a half, for almost 2 years. And then that was the next open enrollment when Obamacare went live. And our HR was like, we wish we could continue the plan, but it's illegal. So here are your choices. It cost me $750 a month. For the new ACA plan. So not only did I lose that revenue that I was getting, it was $150 more expensive than the previous plan before the company got bought.
Sick. And probably worse coverage or same?
Worse.
Yeah.
Dude, yep. I had PPO 100%. I could go to any doctor, anywhere, anytime. And it was 100% covered. No copay. I had zero copay. Nothing.
No out-of-pocket maximum. None of the crap. So
gone.
Yeah. So I was always a Kaiser enjoyer. I loved Kaiser because it was, you just had a visit copay. That's it.
My sister works for Kaiser. She's a nurse there.
Is she? God bless her. Because I miss Kaiser. Cut forward to today. I'm an independent contractor, so our insurance is through my wife. Because she's a W-2 corporate stooge. I think, God, what do we, for our plan? And our plan's junk, dude. Every time we go to the doctor, we have a copay. We get home a week later, we get a bill of something they wouldn't cover. And we're paying, I think she's at like $1,600 a month for our plan.
Oh my God.
That is, well, not anymore. That was rent a few years ago. So obviously that's not all to blame on the ACA. Her employer covers her at 100. She doesn't pay anything for her premiums, but anyone added on.
Yeah, I think that's what I pay actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $750 every pay period. Sorry, pay period. Every check.
So you're right there with me then.
Every check.
We're
Sorry,
paying,
misspoke.
Yeah, my fault. But
my bad.
Yeah, so we're paying. I mean, we've paid rent for less than that in some of the places we lived back in the day, and that's for insurance that is junk. My daughter's got her
that you rarely use.
Right, she just got her wisdom teeth out yesterday, dude. She looks like a little chipmunk today. It's kind of funny. But even with all of our coverage, everything like that, and paying that much, we're still out of pocket almost, what was like $800, which isn't, I mean, but you're paying $1,600 a month or $1,600 a month for the right to go pay $1,000 when you need some. Like it's a
well, it's instead of 5,000, you realize.
Right.
Great.
No, let them open up let the market compete.
Yeah.
That
was the idea.
Negotiate over state lines. Let them do that. But no, can't have any of that. We got to keep Obamacare so some freaking neocon boomer can feel good before he gets sent to the boat, man, So I know he's a veteran, he's a POW, all this good stuff, but he might have been an awesome soldier. He's a terrible politician.
He was I can say nothing bad about
an amazing politician, but he was a terrible public servant.
Yeah.
How about we say that? Because he stayed in.
I think you're right.
Kept his job for a long time, which means he's a great politician. But as far as his job performance, he screwed everybody right on the way up.
Well, as the son of an admiral, he had the ability to get out of the Saigon hotel early, but he said, keep me there. Well, as the story goes, I don't know what's true anymore in history. History is written by the victor. I don't know. We didn't win Vietnam.
No.
So I don't know what is actually true. But supposedly, as the story goes, he refused to be sent home out of his privilege because he was the son of an admiral, and said, guys who have been here longer, go home before me. Okay, look, he was tortured. He was horribly disfigured from it. That is, I can't even express the nobility of that. If that is true. But
I got no qualms with the service or any of that stuff. It's his political career.
He was a very bitter, terrible public servant, put it that way.
Yeah.
So
he's like petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a thing to share here? Is that
we can get to it whenever. It's part of the whole Mom Donnie blah blah blah. It's your boy, if you want to pull it up, it's your boy Jay Jones.
So what topic are we on?
This is basically the East Coast stuff with the Mom Donnie, the Abigail Spermberger, whatever. I don't know how to say her name. So this guy, this was an attorney general's race in Virginia.
Jay Jones.
Yes.
And Virginia's attorney general race, we have a projected winner, and this would fall, I think, into the category of surprise. Jay Jones, the Democratic nominee, the CBS News projected winner with 84% of the vote in over the incumbent Republican, Jason Miyares, 51.8% to 47.8%. Why does this fall into the slight surprise category? Because Jay Jones, for weeks, was bogged down in a lengthy scandal, and I think that's a fair word to describe it, about text messages he sent privately some 3 years ago, suggesting he was in favor of gun violence against a Republican in the Virginia legislature. Those text messages were all over the Virginia attorney general race for weeks. They were part of the conversation on the campaign.
Do you see the omission?
What a neutered way to
Yeah.
just to
You see the
frame what he
omission,
said.
dude? Well, if you look down here, it says CBS.
What a
You notice-
neutered way to
Yeah.
say that. He wished that he would be murdered and that his children would be killed, not wished gun violence on a fellow Republican. What a way to frame that. Sorry,
spin,
go
dude.
ahead.
The spin. But yeah.
Campaign trail, they were part of advertising run, not just by Jason Miyares, but by Winston Earl Sears in the governor's race, trying to add one scandal to the other. And in the end, not only did Abigail Spanberger win comfortably in the gubernatorial race, but now, according to CBS News projections, Jay Jones, who was dealing with this for weeks, overcoming that, and an incumbent Republican attorney general. Robert Costa with me, Weijia Jiang with me, Caitlin Huey-Burns with me. Robert, let me start with you.
Well, quickly on Spanberger, she stuck by the Democrats despite all the scandal.
Yes.
And she was under pressure to break. She held because she was being told behind the scenes, based on my reporting.
Those text messages were disqualifying, and she had to dump him, and she didn't.
And she was told, if you dump him, you're going to lose some of the core Democratic voters you need if this gets close.
Is that unreal or what? Did you see that? I should have pulled up that clip from the debate for governor between Spanberger and the Republican candidate. She's on stage, like not even talking to the crowd. Yeah, not even talking to the crowd, like to her, like, dude, are you cool with this? Will you denounce this? Like, I get we're blah blah blah. He's talking about killing someone's kids, and she just stands there, dude, like a statue.
Stone faced. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, props.
Winsome Sears is no Petunia herself. She's a never Trumper. She was the lieutenant governor under what's his face? What's the dude who won? I forget his name. He was very popular. Not Kemp. No, Kemp. No, that was a different guy. I don't know. The previous governor, she was his lieutenant governor. Yeah, she was very anti-Trump, and that might have hurt her a little bit in Virginia. So, but what's one thing that's kind of instructive? Notice the percentages: 48 to 52, 45 to 56, or whatever it was on various races. That's not 50-50, but it's pretty close. When you look at the way their district lines are, they only have it's like 70-30 representation. Every state is gerrymandered, not representative of the people that live there.
No.
So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. What?
Because gerrymandering is the topic of the day.
Yeah. It's going to be the topic of the midterms, especially with Cali Prop 50 going through. Some red states are going to be like, oh, we're doing this. So yeah, it's not the last you're going to hear of it. A lot of lines are going to get redrawn. One of on the topic of I guess electorate issues is that's one thing I thought about during Biden with the wide open border, and people are okay with it. We have a census coming up.
Yeah.
So if these people remain and they're counted in the census, and people say, no, they won't be counted. Yeah. Okay. So, it's only going to get worse from here. So yeah. Well, my thing with the Jay Jones is you guys, the Democrats wouldn't disavow him. And he threatened to kill someone's family for political disagreements, and not in like a no. One of the texts was like, one gun, two bullets. Reed, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Reed gets it twice. So you think a random state legislature from Virginia is more evil than Hitler and Pol Pot?
Well, he wasn't a random. He was the Speaker of the House.
Right. But I mean,
state legislature.
It's a state legislature, dude.
Right.
You're talking about comparing the head of the state legislature to complete supreme dictatorial power of these other guys.
Murderous
Pol Pot,
fascists.
dude. Pol Pot. That dude
Yeah,
was.
the killing fields.
Yeah. But this dude over here is like, I don't think we should give out free health care. And so he's bad as Pol Pot.
He said Republicans should fear for their lives.
Yeah.
And the other thing someone had said that's really disgusting is the fact that he was the Speaker of the House that he's talking about. His wife and children were in the Capitol all the time.
Yeah.
This guy knew his kids personally.
Yeah, he's probably met them.
100%. They were in the Capitol building a lot. So he knew the kids. So to say you think they should be killed, I mean, look, you say a random person, like whatever, it's still gross. You shouldn't say it. But if you know someone personally, you know those children, you've seen them around the Capitol, you know his wife personally, you say that all of them deserve to die for your political ends.
It's disgusting, dude. And
you shouldn't be the Attorney General.
No, dude.
In charge of the law.
Yeah, you clearly have couple judgment issues. So do we really need you to be in charge of what crimes are persecuted and prosecuted and what ones aren't? It's wild.
I think the oxymoron, I think, is correct. Or that little slip of the Freudian slip is correct.
We'll pretend I did that on purpose. But yeah, so the East Coast stuff, I mean, New Jersey, they got a Democrat governor, Mamdani won, and I've heard some Republicans like freaking out. Oh, there goes the midterms. It's like, these are all blue areas. You could put literally like a bag of flaming dog shit with a blue D next to it. It's going to get elected, dude. So some people are panicked, but did you see the blue wave up in the Northeast on the eastern? No, Virginia is kind of purpley, but usually blue. New Jersey, blue. New York, blue. I ain't worried about Mamdani or New Jersey, any of that stuff. I don't think that has any effect on I'm
kind of happy that Mamdani got elected.
Yeah, me too, actually, dude. Because now
then real socialism gets to get put into and so he can slowly start to disappoint the people that put him there, blame everyone else for it, because Kathy Hochul, the governor, already said, she was asked by a reporter, said, are Mamdani wants to fund the free buses and the childcare from a 2% increased tax on white neighborhoods, on rich people. Will you be looking to raise taxes 2% to fund that? And she's like, a very spirited campaign speech is not going to change my view on the current tax situation. So no, I will not be raising taxes. So right there, he's not going to get the funding that he wants. So it's all of his promises are going to go like completely away, and he's going to blame everybody else for it, and everybody's going to be pissed. And so the whole experiment is going to collapse in on itself. And then he's going to be running for president or whatever. Oh, he can't because he's an immigrant. So yeah.
Right. Unless we change that law. Yeah, unless we change that law. Once that's not getting changed, unless it's still like Elon, so we could go to space. No, I've heard some people with what happened on Tuesday. To reiterate, that like people online kind of like, oh no, we're screwed in the midterms. Like it's some kind of like it's a temperature check. No, they would have been blue no matter who, dude. That's how it works over there. Virginia kind of, they're a little purplish at times, but it's usually blue. So temperature check. I still think we look good for the midterms. If they reopen the government with this Schumer plan, that has me worried about the midterms, because they get to use that as, better elect us or your stuff's going away.
Well, it's funny you say, because that leads directly into my final topic. And it's what I've named the show, Fillabusted ?
Busted.
Because Trump wants him to take the nuclear option and get rid of the filibuster.
No, do not do that.
And
do not do that.
Harry Reid did that a few years back when he was the Senate Majority Leader. When he was because OPSEC. I'm not going to say where you're from, but Harry Reid was somewhere in that area. And it bit him in the butt when it came to all of Trump's judicial nominees getting, confirmed with simple majorities instead of the 60 votes they needed. And so we have a conservative Supreme Court because of Harry Reid, and partially because Mitch McConnell refused to have an up and down vote on Merrick Garland, which murder turtle, thank you. The one thing you've done that I actually appreciate.
I've never heard the murder turtle, dude. I just know him as the blue screen guy, dude. That's what I call Mitch McConnell. Yeah.
Well, now he's a catastrophic Windows failure guy.
You can see the little pinwheel over his head down at the lectern talking, and you see he just starts buffering.
Yeah,
poor guy.
Yeah, I see the hourglass, and it sits there, and then some sand grains drop, and then it flips upside down. Some sand grains drop, and then it just turns blue.
No, I'm going murder. I like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what all the Antifa kids like shout at him. Murder turtle, murder turtle.
It's game recognized game, dude. I don't care who said it. That's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. But so my final topic is filibuster. So my first instinct is like you, the filibuster was put in place for a reason, and it is to protect the minority of the Senate whenever, you have a overwhelming force or some kind of a society manipulating or damaging measure that could be passed. You need a plurality. You need a supermajority to pass it, which protects the tranquility of our nation in many ways. Thomas Massey has said, getting rid of the filibuster is catastrophic because you should have a supermajority when spending money.
Yeah,
which I don't disagree. I'm a Ron Paul libertarian, conservative, Republican guy.
Same.
And that's what Dr. Paul would say. But he would say no.
Right.
He would just say no to everything. No. That's why they called him Dr. No.
Dr. No. Why do they call you that? You voted no all the time on every bill you've ever gotten. Because I read them. Absolute ledge.
Right. Yeah, he said he used to have this placard on his desk in his office in Congress that said, "Do not steal. The government doesn't like the competition."
He's such a ledge, dude.
But dude, he's absolute G.
Wanting to get rid of the filibuster, we don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater, dude. Like, I get it. It sucks right now. Yep. God, it sucks. It's frustrating. I don't care.
Well, here's why I'm leaning towards possible support. And it turns my stomach to say I'm even remotely in support of it. I'm not confident about the midterms, dude. There's so much fighting going on the right now between the boomer neocon Israel First lobby and the America First new right. The more nationalist, more patriotic right. There's a huge fight going on.
There is.
Twitter's been a war zone the last 2 weeks, dude. And it's kind of being led by Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and a lot of the more, I wouldn't say libertarian-ish, but more not traditional right-wing conservatives. I think I follow one of the Rasmussen guys, and he's tweeting. He tweets every 20 minutes, 24 hours a day. I don't know how he does it, but he's saying basically the new right that's emerged in the place of the boomer right, the neocon right, is like the boomer neocon right was like 80% in support of Israel, and the new right is like 20% in support of Israel.
Well, we've talked about that a bit. Is like there we could even on the Christian right. I'm a Christian. I'm able to separate biblical Israel from geopolitical Israel, and I think a lot of other people are. So that's driving the neocons crazy, because a lot of it for them is the state of Israel and the biblical Israel is one and the same, and I don't view it that way, and a lot of people don't either. So if that puts me on the new right, that makes sense.
I'm really struggling a lot with my faith lately has really pushed me into a place where I'm asking a lot of questions now that I don't like the answers to. And man, the more and more I read about, I'm actually reading the Talmud. The more and more I read the Talmud, the more I'm like, why do we support these guys again?
Oh, dude.
Because, as a Bible believing Christian, I believe that God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus are one. Mm-hmm. All God simultaneously, the Trinity of those three entities, God becoming man, creating himself a son, imbuing him with his entirety as a man to die for everyone's sins so that we can be reconciled to him if we accept him in our place for spiritual death. And that sacrifice is our grace through faith that we are saved to meet God in heaven when we die. That man is God. And if he is my God, and you think he's boiling in human excrement in hell, and his mother is a whore, if you believe those things, we cannot be friends.
Yeah, that kind of makes us enemies,
right? If you're the enemy of who I say is my God and Savior, how can I be your friend? I can try to minister to you. I can be charitable. I can be gracious to you. I can forgive you because I'm told to.
Yeah.
We got a problem.
Support you. I don't have to support you.
We got a big problem. And so, right there, then that Ben Shapiro would denounce me as an anti-Semite.
Correct. But the correlation is, well, the Torah, the first five of the Old Testament, the Torah. Okay, but Judaism doesn't stop at the Torah like Christianity does. So when you
correct, yeah.
So like Talmudic Judaism is where you're saying my salvation is burning in hell in a pile of feces. And I'm supposed to be like, right. Yeah, but the one part of the book has you guys in it, so we're homies. There's room for criticism there, dude.
Well, there's a lot of murky history and a lot of time and a lot of different people that are part of this story. And Abraham was not a Jew. Abraham was not. God blessed the people that Abraham would be the father of, and many nations came from Abraham. One of them being Judah, but not all.
Right.
So, it's interesting. Like, it's interesting the depth of history, but not to get too far into the weeds to get my channel struck, but I would just say. I would just say that I'm having a tough time.
Yeah, if we're to have faith in anything, that have faith in God, have faith in the Trinity. You can question everything else. How about that?
Not just question. Should.
Yeah.
Should. 100% should.
Yeah.
It's healthy to question it. It's important to question it.
Yeah.
And
and if we start asking some serious questions, we're going to end up on Rumble.
Well,
but that's part of the new right is it's obviously like a new form of politics, but also a more critical form of Christianity, where they're like, yeah, believe all that stuff, but that doesn't preclude me from just having to blindly support a community, that thinks my Lord and Savior is burning in feces.
So let's take a look at this.
I seen this.
Going to continue to ask the question, a 20-hour response in a country the size of New Jersey. That begs a big explanation. And more importantly, America is significantly underwriting the Israeli government $4 billion a year. We as American taxpayers deserve answers to this. We deserve answers. Also, if we're going to get into a regional or world war based on an intel failure, so, I mean, we pay for this. What are we buying, right? I got smeared as a Jew hater, an anti-Semite, and conspiracy theorist because I said exactly what I just said. And I refuse to back down despite all the smears thrown at me because I learned during COVID. I learned when they told us that it came from a bat in the Himalayas. I learned when they told us the vaccine was safe and effective. I learned when they told us that ivermectin was horse paste, that you better keep asking questions because it's the only thing that keeps us free. Thank you so much. I appreciate
So the man's no longer with us, unfortunately.
No, he is not.
Yeah. So that right there is one of many times he said something like that. And that was a week before he was assassinated.
Correct. So listen to your boy. Ask questions.
So
and the right.
Keep asking questions.
Israel seems to be very upset that they no longer have just a iron grip on the right side of politics in America. You don't anymore.
What's funny is
you don't.
You say that. What's funny is you say that they built the left and they hide on the right. They vote left and they brand you from the right.
Yeah.
If you don't support them. So they straddle the fence. And it's really, really gross when you really pay attention to their positions, their policy positions that they take. It's really not cool. So anyway. But that's my final topic. Yeah. My final topic. I think they killed Charlie. Anyway, so great show. Great show.
Awesome.
You got a hard out coming in a few minutes.
I'm supposed to have someone come over here to introduce a Doge to my Doge. And if the Doge is the line, I might have two Doges.
Oh, so a little brown chicken, brown cow?
Brown whatever. God, the one I have, Diesel, I think he might be part coyote. Because we just found him.
You're talking about rescuing a dog.
Yeah, and there's a guy that needs his dog home.
I thought you were talking about having your dog become a sire.
Oh, no.
Introducing him for breeding purposes.
No,
you're talking about rescuing
breeding dog. Yeah, we found this dog at a train yard that someone dumped.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's like half. I don't know what breed he is. He looks like I think in like half Chihuahua, half coyote, half deer. I don't know what he is.
Did you find him, or did he find you?
I found him because I hate him. No, I'm just kidding.
You know those rescue stickers on the back. Yeah, they actually rescued me.
No, we got someone needs to rehome their dog for some personal reasons. So I want the dog. He's got his half lab, half shepherd.
Sick.
Yeah. And I want a bird dog because I want to get into upland bird hunting. So we need our dog's tiny, like Diesel's. Don't let his name fool you, dude. That like he's tiny. He's like the size of a football. So he can't do that kind of stuff. So my wife knows I want another dog. She sent me an ad that she saw on Facebook, and he's gonna come over. And if the dogs vibe and don't try to murder each other, I'm gonna have two dogs. Big one and a little dog. Big one, little one. So yeah, that's the reason for the hard out is I got to make sure I'm available because this guy's driving all the way from the city all the way out here. He's being pretty gracious. So what do you got going on today or over the weekend?
Well, I've got a ton of art projects. Damn, That was a magnet. Did you hear that snap?
Uh-huh.
I've got a ton of art projects going. I got some coloring I want to do. I'm currently in the middle of sculpting a figure. I got some wire in there that I twisted up, and this is some plasticine clay, and I got to put the boobies on here, but like I'm just getting the proportions just right. And you know, I got all these tools back here, all these clay shaping implements and whatnot.
That's tight.
Block of clay, you know, that I'm working with, and it's the never dry stuff, so it's gonna stay soft the whole time.
And do you have to fire it?
And
Like
it's all
when
green.
Done, do you kiln it to
No.
like rock it down?
It would literally melt into a pile of goo. It's oil-based plasticine clay, so it's it never dries. It does as the surface evaporates slightly, it will firm up, but it never becomes hard. What you can do is once you get it fully formed, you can cover it in a thin layer of shellac, which will give it like a shell. And then, you know, you can paint it with acrylic and then shellac it, and it'll firm up there. But like if you bent it, it would literally burn. Like the outer surface would snap and it would bend. Yeah, it never firms up. You can't fight it. It's good for modeling, and you know they actually use that type of clay in stop motion animation, claymation.
Yeah, claymation.
The plasticine clay. So, yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
So that's what I got.
That's cooler than what I'm doing. Although I get a dog out of it, possibly. So that's good because dogs are good.
I'm just an art nerd. That's all.
Nerd. So
100%.
So yeah, I've got a 3-day weekend, so we might actually have an introduction next week because I actually have some of that shit I used to have all the time back in the day, free time.
Nice.
So,
well, I did send you a copy of my current AI music, so you can use that kind of a starter.
It's like a guide, you know.
Yeah. Inspiration to pull from.
Like my muse. It's my muse.
Yeah. I just like to play it a little bit here and there. So, you know, what does it say? One of my favorite lines is John Jay's got the wisdom, Big C's got the jokes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I'm older and wiser.
Yeah. Then I'm ridiculous.
Sort of.
And I'm ridiculous.
Whatever. Speaking of older and wiser, I'm gonna be 50 in a week and a couple days.
Old.
Figgity. Half a cent.
But so next weekend you're like 2 to 3 shows, you're gonna be like, you know what? We really should support Israel. You're gonna hit 50 and go full boomer neocon on us, dude. Don't do
Bro,
it.
nah.
Don't do it.
Nah, dog. I don't roll that way.
I'm gonna send you
I'm going full Dan Bilzerian.
I'm gonna send you that birthday text. Yeah, happy birthday, dude. 50. That's crazy. You're gonna reply like, hey, next week, do you want to do a tribute to Dick Cheney? He just passed away.
I saw on eBay there's an actual George Bush painting that I want to buy. I'm gonna put a bid on it.
Happy birthday, man. I got you a Firehouse Subs gift card. There really were WMDs in Iraq.
Ooh. That's a tough pill to swallow, brother.
No,
all right, well, I think that's the show.
Old, bro. That's it.
Yeah, heck yeah. I think that's the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And on the replay, if you would like, comment, and subscribe. Also, stay tuned. This show will be moving to Dadstormshow YouTube channel. That's coming as soon as I can get StreamYards to connect to it.
Yeah.
Where we'll be much more professional. No,
absolutely.
We won't. We'll be the same.
No, we won't. We'll just be.
We'll
be exactly what we are, but you'll be 50.
Yeah. Well, and I'm gonna re-up my StreamYards premium, so this little StreamYards logo is gonna go away, and we'll get our branding situated and
right.
in proper order. So
yep.
anyway.
So stay tuned.
All right,
It's
thanks for
gonna be
tuning in.
even better than it does.
Heck yeah. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Yep.